Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Stinker77. We are once again on my survival multiplayer server. And today we're going to work on some more of the base. Today is a good day to work on the bulk storage system. If you recall in the last episode, I'm going to go out a little way so I can show you this. I created this mob farm right there. You can see that's where I stand, and it switch right there. Thing activates and all of the drops get down into these little two chests here. I got a couple guys in here. They'll despawn eventually. But they all go to this chest here, or on the other side over there. And that's not going to cut it for storage for this. And I said in the last episode that I wanted to do a bulk storage system, because a lot of this area that you see down here is going to be farms that we need to have. And they're going to be producing a lot of resources. And so I need to make a storage system that's worthy of that. And this is different than the storage system that I have right here. This is just my regular stuff. It's not from the farms and things that I use and then want to put away. The storage system I'm talking about is for bulk storage. So let me get started with this. Basically, we're going to have underneath this area right here will be an area for a bulk storage that we'll use for the entire system. Somebody has done something here. What the heck is that? Uh-oh. Wait a second here. Somebody has pillared up with dirt up to my... I gotta see what this is. I have no idea what this is, guys. I just saw it. I don't understand what somebody did here and why. Somebody tried to get up here and didn't clean it up. I'm gonna take care of this. If anybody knows who did this, let me know. This is the interior size of the storage area. This is gonna be pretty darn big. The outside here, you can see I have these little markers, these little stubs that are facing outward. The chest will be on this side of this slab line, okay? So I'm going to have to first get this all filled in. That way we have at least a floor I can walk around, get it lit up properly, because I really don't want any spawns to happen down here. And then we can start to work on building this up. I'm thinking of having pillars. I'm thinking of having some water transportation systems, filtering with redstone. Just a lot of things that have to be done for this. But I think I need a floor. If I fall through, that'll be bad. So I'm going to just go through and just going to be working on this for a little while. And hopefully soon it'll be all lit up. I finished the platform and the lights. I also put in the elevators, the water elevators. So now we can get up and down between the floors. I don't have to fall down gracefully with the elytra and the rocket. I seem to always mess up the landings. So the platform, though, it is done. You can see that it looks like this, and the elevators are there. These dirt spots are where I intend for elevators to come from below to come up. So that's kind of cool. That's where that'll be, and we'll work on that a little bit later. Right now, I want to see about this system here, okay? So if you can imagine that these little outcroppings that I have along here, I'm going to have posts just like that. They're going to be 6 high. Okay, and then what I want to have here is I want to have chests, just like that. Come on, get up there. Can I get that one? There we go. And they're going to be double chests. I got to go out a little bit to do this. Let me go out just a little bit to do this and make them doubles. But basically, they're going to be chests here that we can then access for the bulk storage. Okay, I don't need these. So as you can see, this will be like right there. And then on top of here, we're going to have another ring of these slabs. And that'll ring up the entire room. Now we've got to do all of this. We've got to get tons of chests made. And I only have 53 chests. I don't have a lot of wood. So we're going to have to go and gather some resources for that. I know I'm going to have to gather some resources for the redstone that goes behind this. Hoppers and chests and everything. So I think it's time we go and do a little resource hunting. Gather some yellow. Mix it with red to get some orange. Make some orange concrete powder, and run the concrete powder through the concrete maker. And then we cut down some trees at the community tree farm for some wood, more wood, even more wood. Yes, even more wood. Is that too much wood? I need lots of glass. I also need lots and lots of chests so I can make lots of hoppers. And of course, we can't forget about the redstone. During a live stream, we built up all of the chests. You can see they're all set up here, and we have the orange columns in between. And this is the basic setup, okay? So the next step for this project is hoppers. We got to put hoppers on all of the backs of all these chests. So I have this little dirt area that I can walk around without having to like try to scaffold all the time. But I have to basically go into all these chests and put hoppers on the back of every one of these like that. Okay. This is going to take me a little bit. So I'm just going to do this kind of quick and then we're going to move on to the next step. Now that all the hoppers are in, it's time to get the water streams figured out where they're going to go. Now, I'm not going to put the water in yet, but I want to figure out where they go. What I'm going to have, I think, is the water will be not here. It'll be right at the same height as this layer right here, okay? So, in essence, what's going to go on is the water will be flowing right here on top of these slabs. Every time it comes to a break, we will have a piece of packed ice and we'll have a slab over it, okay? And so it'll go along, it'll come along this way like this until it gets to a corner, okay? And at the corner, if you notice that this is 8 blocks long, that's how much water will work. We'll put another one of these right over it, and we'll put another slab over it. Let me do that really quick here, like that. And then we go around this corner here, and we're gonna hook up to the other side. So the water will be right here, coming along. It'll hit this corner right here and go along the side. Now we want the blocks to be right against the edge here, okay? So what we're gonna place down are some honey blocks. And because of the hitbox on these, the item will actually be right at the borderline between these 2 blocks when it goes off in this direction. And we're doing that so that when the blocks run along these hoppers, if these hoppers can pick up the item, they will, okay? So we're going to run this whole line all the way around, a big circle for now. And then after that, we can hook up the redstone, which is all the filtering, okay? So let me get this all the way around. The next thing I need to do is I need to get the water systems that come from the below at least set up kind of so that they'll feed into the system. I'm not going to hook them up directly right now, but I need to get them prepared. Okay, so at the end of this line here is the center line from this point. The mob farm drops, I'm going to run them right down through the center here to this point, and then it'll go over and into the storage of the bulk system, okay? Now, right here, though, we've got a little bit of an issue because I want to be able to access that hopper, and I want to be able to access these hoppers. So we're going to use these honey blocks like this, and we're going to do a little zigzag to get over there, and this should work, and I'll check that out in a little bit. So I'm going to build this out right now, and we're going to do that, and then we're going to hook up these 2 right here. So I need to get some glass here. This was supposed to be a glass tube, I guess you want to say, right here. I put in dirt just to kind of like do some prep work on it, but you can see where it's going to be. We're going to get this all filled up today, and this will work great. Let's do a test. This is the bottom chest for this column right here of chests, and it is currently empty. Let's go on up. Let's see if I can actually land here correctly. That's about the best way for me to land, is try to find a good long space. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've got this hooked up, so you can see the lines all merge from all 5 lines. They come down here, and they go in this area. So if all of this is working right, I should be able to put 5 pieces, 1 on each column, and it should work, okay? We're going to do that right now. So we're going to put something here, and it goes on out, flows all the way over. It should drop in that chest, okay? We'll do one here. We have one up coming from the top. This will be coming up from the mob farm that we did in the previous episode. And we'll put one here, and we'll put one over here. So if everything worked right, all 5 of those should end up in the first column over here. Okay, so let's go down and check. Here's the first column chest, and we have all 5. So this system of getting the items over through the water streams to the line is great. Now it'll go all the way around, I'm getting dizzy, and it'll bring it back to here, and this will be probably like an overflow area for the system. Now right now I have dirt in these columns because these will eventually have to go all the way down below, down to like the ground level, and these will be the water chutes that come up. But for now I don't have those, so these are just placeholders for that. So we'll fix that later when we get to that point when we need it. But so far, this system works great. So now what we really should do is hook up all of the redstone. This is going to be a lot of fun, hooking up all the redstone, because we have to do all of this all the way around and try not to fall and die. So here we go. that didn't take that much time. So let's go take a look at how that turned out. If I can fly out of here. There we go. I'm going to go out of way so we can kind of take a look at this. And we'll do the mumbo turn. That looks awesome. I like that. Now, I had to put sea lanterns up here because of the fact that we're in a zone that can have water can freeze, and that could be bad for us. So that's why those are there. Also helps prevent any spawning. But that looks really cool with the redstone. I really, really like it. Okay, what we're going to do right now, though, is we're going to do some stuff with the system here. We're going to go over here and land, and I forgot to get the blocks that are named. Let me go do that. Okay, we have these cobblestone stacks. I'm going to rename these Sub to Tinker 77. There we go. That's one of those. We'll do another one. I'll do kind of like the same thing. Sub to Tinker 77. And finally, we'll do the last stack here. We're going to use these as placeholders in the storage system. There we go. Okay, let's go back down and put these away. Let's try this again. I went up to the mob farm and I picked out all the items that I saw and then grabbed a stack of them. So we have rotten flesh and arrows and string and some redstone from witches, obviously. Not a lot, but we have some glass bottles, spider eyes. We have sticks. We have glowstone. Those are fairly common. And you have, of course, bones and a lot of the gunpowder. Now, I chose a lot of gunpowder because I want to store more of that than, say, rotten flesh. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up filters here to do that, okay? So the way this works is you have to put in these 4 slots. The furthest to the right, you put in some sort of placeholder block, which I'm using these renamed cobblestone, and then you put in the item that you want, say gunpowder, not cobblestone. And what happens is it goes down and it stops at around 41, I believe it is. So you have to watch it and it should go down and just stop. And that means that this then is locked and won't let any more go through. So if we ever get any more gunpowder, it should slide into here and it will go all the way down those chests. So I'm going to add in this entire row here. It's just gunpowder. I want this whole thing to be gunpowder, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. And then for all of these, I'm going to set these up as being like 2 bones. And then the rest of this all around the side here so that anything from the mob farm should be picked up by this stuff. Now, if it goes onward, well, then it should automatically go all the way around and come into these series of chests here, which are just for overflow. They're not filtered. It's just whatever comes out. We should never hit this, but if we do, I know that I've got a problem and I got to figure out how to handle that at that point. Okay, let me go fill this up. Now that all the redstone is done and we have every filter set up, we got to put in the water and fill this all out. Okay, so we're going to take this block out here. And we have to be very careful how we place the water. We don't want waterlogged blocks. We want to place it against this glass right here. Okay, and there it goes. And there's going to go all the way down to that point there, which is just perfect. And then we'll put that block back here. Make sure it's covered up. I do this so nothing can fall into the water streams from outside. If I maybe kill a phantom or something, don't want that into the system. We'll take out this block here. There we go. And make sure I have it. And of course, we're going to place again against that water block or that glass block right there to put the water. And it should go around the corner just like that. Okay. So now I just got to put all the rest of this water in and we'll be ready to do a good test run. In these first 6, this is where the gunpowder is. And each of these should have 22 gunpowder in them right now. And I'm going to add in a stack of gunpowder. So the first column should get some gunpowder. Okay, so we're going to throw some in there. I'm also going to do buckets. And buckets are not in any of these systems. So they should end up in the overflow. Okay, so we'll just throw some of these in here. Kind of like, okay, something's happening. There's activity in the system. You know, and we'll keep doing this for a little bit and see if we get everything where it should go. This is a kind of a trick, and if everything works, we should be good. So let's just, let me throw a bunch of this stuff right here into there, and I'll just throw this other stack up here, okay? And we're going to wait for this system to sort. You can watch some of it, like you can see the buckets going all the way around there. See it going? That's good. It means it didn't get picked up by any of those other hoppers, and it should end up going all the way around over to this last set over here. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. And we should see it go right over here. And there it goes. And it was picked up over there. Okay. So if that worked out, then it should have already fallen all the way down to here. And we got our 16 buckets. They didn't get filtered out. And this column should have, we have 64 and 19. And a few of them went on. So it could not keep up with it. But it went over to the next hopper, which caught the row. Okay. So anything that we have a lot of that we really want to keep, it should be fine in this system. Okay, so there we go. So, what do we have to do still? The next thing I really need to do is I need to work out a system of getting this and all of its drops down through a central line, down through here, down to the storage system. Now, we're going to have to move the nether portal. We're going to have to make this too. We're also going to have to make some sort of droppers. Hello there. Hello. We need to get some sort of dropper system with a clock on it to drop the items down through so they fall through and get into that system. So I get to design that now. The next part is very easy, but a bit tedious. This is where the items will drop. I put a little dirt placeholder there, and they drop in to this stream from the mob farm, okay? But what I want to do is I want to make this, instead of using glass, I want to use acacia trapdoors. So they look like that, okay? So I have to place all of these here all the way up on all four sides and then dig out the dirt. And you can see it's not going to do so well. See how that one went downward? I don't want that to happen. So I got to be very specific about how I place these. And I got to get this all the way up there and all the way up to underneath the mob farm. So that's the next step. This shouldn't take me long. I just have to be very specific about my placement. The tube is all done. Let's take a look. There you can see it goes straight down from there. Okay, so there you go. That's what it looks like. It's very hollow, but it looks like kind of like a tube or a pipe. That's what I was going for. And I got all of the trapdoors in place correctly. So now we just have to hook up the mob farm. Remember, we already have a lot of drops there, so it should start working right away. So back up by the mob farm drop area, you can see we have chests that are filled with a lot of the drops. These are kind of like little buffer bins, if you will. And we need to get them into this pipe right here. So what I want to do is I want to put a dropper facing downward right there, okay? And that will then, once we get a clock on it, we'll bring the stuff all the way down. Let's get rid of these blocks that are in here. Like that. We don't care that they drop down. They'll just drop all the way through to the storage system. So now we just have to put in a clock and get this set up. Now I'm just going to use straight hoppers from each of those things. So let's start doing that. We'll go from this side here. Okay, and we're going to basically, I need to get some dirt so I can get a little bit of elevation here. And we're going to do that, and that's starting to dump stuff into the dropper. And we'll do the same thing here. Okay. So this dropper is getting fed doubly from two different sides, okay? So you can see it's already filling up. And then what we need to do is just put on a clock. So we're going to just do a straight observer clock. It's pretty darn easy, just like that. Take this one back out and put it the other way. Now, there it goes. It just starts dropping all of the stuff out. I don't care that this is always running. I won't hear it. I'll be down below or I'll be up there doing AFK stuff. So this is all dropping. Let's go take a look and see if this is going into our system here. Oops. It fell between the cracks. Okay, so we're watching. There they go. Items are going through. You can see they're coming through. And most of them are not passing past that point around there. Now, I did change it a little bit. So if something goes through here, like you see these items didn't make it, didn't get through. These are the dirt blocks. It actually recycles. Instead of having an area where it's an overflow, I'm just having it recycle. Because sometimes I found that the items, like say gunpowder, missed all the hoppers because the hoppers happen to be full with other amounts of gunpowder. So I have it going around a second time or a third time. And eventually the items that are in here will despawn. Now, if I start to see a lot of stuff in here, it could lag the server, so I'll keep an eye on it. But for the most part, it should be fine, and I'm not really worried about it. So I'm going to let this empty, and then we're going to see how well the sorting did. The system is finished, so let's see what we've got here. We've got a lot of gunpowder. And of course, a little bit went over because this will get full pretty quick. But otherwise, all of these chests just have regular amount of 22 gunpowder that we did when we loaded the filters. On this side, we got the bones. You can see we got a lot there. And then these are the single column chests that I put in. We've got the various things like rotten flesh and arrows and that sort of thing. So this seems to have worked out fantastic. The system is empty up there right now, so that's good. Now, the observer clock is still running, and it's kind of noisy. I thought I wouldn't mind it, but I'm starting to think maybe I need to do something about this. And I might do this later and change this so that it does do some sort of detection with a comparator. I don't know. For now, this will work, though. So this is awesome. I'm very happy with this. Well, this is another project that's all done. This storage system for bulk storage is working fantastic. I'm really proud of this. This took a lot of time though, a lot longer than I thought it would, which delayed this video getting out. I do apologize for that, but it couldn't be helped. I really envy those people like on the Hermitcraft and things who can spend all day working on stuff, but I have a day job. I have a life that I have to do, so I can't always play Minecraft. Anyway, I sure hope you like this video. If you do, please click that like button. If you have any comments, put them down in the comments section. And if you'd like to be notified of the videos that I produce, please subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to hit the little bell icon so you get all the notifications, okay? Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.